Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Susan McCord.
And I'm Andrea Wesley.
And today we're going to talk about something that intertwines with a couple of different topics, but I want to call it a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You have people that come into your life and they come into it for one of those reasons. So how can you expect to keep the same people in your life from the first day you meet them until the day you die? The trick is learning when to let go, when to allow, and when to keep on going with a certain partnership. Whether it's a family situation, it's a really close friend, it's a breakup situation and you shouldn't know if you should leave them in your life, or you're in a relationship and you're not really sure if it should continue. Okay, so we're going to start this off with a reason. What is the reason that somebody's in your life? So I'll let Andrea talk about that.
You have to look at it in a positive way, in my opinion, because there's always a reason for everything. And if you're always focusing on the negative portions of what went wrong and why this person is no longer in your life, then you're not going to get the real lesson out of the experience.
There's always something valuable that anybody that crosses your path brings to your world.
Absolutely.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing at the time, and you might sit there and as you're listening right now go, yeah, what a bunch of crap. Like this guy or this girl was a complete idiot and hurt me and wrecked my life for 10 years. It's how you deal with what happened and how you move on from it that you will gain more and more and more of who you really are. If you're dating somebody and it doesn't work out, look back. Look, why didn't it work out? It's probably because they told you in the beginning, either they didn't want a relationship, they're just out of a partnership with somebody else and their heart is broken. You name it, all those little scenarios that go with it, but we stick by and say, oh well, but maybe they'll change for me.
No.
But what we're doing, exactly, we're ignoring the obvious.
No.
We're ignoring what they're actually said in the very beginning, and we get mad at them when really we're not paying attention.
So the reason that you date is kind of, to get a feel of what's out there. Everybody has a different intent. Some people just want to date. Some people want to just sleep with people. Some people want to meet new friends. And some people want a relationship. So you have to really pay attention to those intents and, pay attention to them from the very beginning and make sure you're kind of on the same page, or at least feel the situation out to see if you guys can be on the same page. And if it doesn't work out, then the reason is it's telling you what you want.
It's a life lesson
that
you're supposed to pay attention to so you don't go on to that again. And maybe now you can have a seasoned relationship.
Yeah, seasons are like long-term relationships that don't work out, or long-term friendships that separate.
Exactly.
So for a seasoned relationship, that's also a significant lesson in your life too, because it's literally a chapter of
big chapter. Half the book sometimes.
Yeah, it's literally a big chapter of your life, and there's a lot of lessons. You do a lot of growth in a season, more growth than you would do in a reason, because the reasons are just kind of little life lessons, whereas season are bigger scale.
Yeah, bigger scale.
For sure.
That's a really good way you put that. Yeah. And then of course the final one, lifetime. These are the connections that are unconditional love, whether it be with your child, whether it be with your grandmother, your mother, your father,
your best friend,
which nowadays is really hard to keep that going forever and ever, but there are people who do it. I mean, look at Oprah and Gail.
I got 18 years right now with my best friend, so I feel like that's going to be a lifetime for sure.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, it has to be an unconditional love for it to be lifetime, and I want to draw attention to that because I think the difference between all three of those, when you have an unconditional love with somebody, there aren't as many drama-filled days, there aren't as many expectations, there's a lot more reciprocation that goes on. You're both wanting it to continue.
Mutual.
So
it's mutual,
very unconditional, very mutual, very reciprocated, and if we could all have that with everybody in our lives, it'd be wonderful, but then maybe we wouldn't learn any lessons. So this is what makes life happen. And don't get caught up in the fact that somebody's out of your life. It doesn't mean they may never come back in, but they might have only been there for that particular time frame for you to teach them something. And vice versa. So it's all good, no matter what happens, unless it's like super abusive. But again, you probably learned something from that abusive situation. So you only want that to be a reason to get out of it. You don't want that to be the whole reason for your living of, you know, who
Yeah.
you are. So anyway, we thought we'd just throw that out there because I think a lot of people do get mixed up with how much they should allow in their lives. And there are times you have to let go and know when to let go. Anyway, thanks everyone. Bye.